On today's episode, I want to talk about some lore and theory about Golden Apple Archipelago. Did you know that one of the Golden Apple Archipelago was once part of Dragon Spine? According to the legends, Barbatos, it's Venti, right? Before he would become a playable character, was one shaping the land of Mondstadt. He used his animal power to cut and blown part of the land, and in the process, part of Dragon Spine Mountain was chopped and blown so far away, and it fell to the four seas. And that part's become the Minesius Island. And that's also explained why the island has an upside down area that looks really out of place. It's because it was blown away and fall upside down. Well, damn, sometimes if you just think about it, Fendi is actually a powerful Archon and not just a drunken bard who will do anything for booze with a cute face. Okay, let's go to the next one. The Golden Apple Archipelago is a very dangerous open seas area, where the fog is so thick, it will be very easy for sailors who are unlucky enough to roam near it to be lost. This claim is also become more prevalent after we unveil ourselves about the record of people who are trapped in the island. Venti also said that this Golden Apple Archipelago was once called Har Island.
今は近隣五群島って名前なのか。昔は向かい群島だったのに。そこは普通の人間じゃたどり着けない特別な海域にあるんだ。
And according to the dictionary, Har means a cold sea fog, which is a very fitting name for the area, don't you think? Alright, for the next one. Do you guys remember Dong Dong from the Kenki village? Yes, the one that gave you 7 bottles of milk instead of drinking it himself. He once said that his father is going on an adventure in the Crux fleet. But later on in the Golden Apple Archipelago, we found out more about Dong Dong's father, Fate. In the Golden Apple Archipelago, we found some conches that tell us stories about the past. One of them is also about Dong Dong's father. These conches from the Unlucky Father series tell us about Dong Dong's father, who got stuck in the Golden Apple Archipelago while sailing, and eventually captured by Hilichurls. The conches record his father missing and worrying about, and eventually, he is saved by a mysterious savior. That makes me wondering, who is this mysterious savior could be? Well, I think it's a theory for another day. Let's talk about the device that we got from Barbara, the Windblessed HAAPASTUM. Okay, so the Windblessed HAAPASTUM is actually a ball game that came from Roman Empire, the HAAPASTUM ball game. We have already talked about the lore, but now we are entering the crazy zone, the theory zone. Well, you better fasten your mind seatbelt and let's dive headfirst to the theory field. Okay, for the first theory, it's not gonna be that crazy or bonker or out of places. It's actually quite mild, okay? So hear me out. I think the Golden Apple Archipelago is located in a neutral seas area between 3 nations, Mondstadt, Liyue, and Inazuma. And the reason of this because you can actually find 3 specialties loot that can only be found in the respective region, such as Dandelion, you can only find it in Mondstadt, Star Conchas, you can only find it in Liyue, and Sea Ganoderma, that most likely will come from Inazuma. Because we haven't found this Sea Ganoderma anywhere else on the map beside the Golden Apple Archipelago, and with the Inazuma patch is right in the corner, it is safe to assume that these Sea Ganoderma things will be an Inazuma specialties loot. Maguu Kenki, the new boss on Golden Apple Archipelago, was once a living human being. And here's the reason. The Maguu Kenki look like a doll with strings on it, but upon defeating it, you will obtain Marionette Core, which in its description tell us about how someone tried to preserve its skills beyond his mortal body. In the descriptions also, it said that he removed his own body part and switched it with mechanized body part, and until in the very end, he switched his own heart with a mechanized part too. So basically, Maguu Kenki was once potentially a living breathing human being before he chose to replace his body parts with the mechanized version one by one. For the last theory, let's talk about the Golden Apple Archipelago origins. Even if the name is Golden Apple Archipelago, did you realize that there is not even a single apple tree in this area? Then, that begs the question, why is it called Golden Apple Archipelago? Some of people say that Golden Apple Archipelago got its name because of the archipelago itself was shaped like an apple. But for me and for some other people, it's not convincing enough. There must be something more than just because it's shaped like an apple. Alright, first I tried to check what are the things that might inspire this Golden Apple Archipelago area. And upon searching in the web, I found out that Golden Apple is actually appear on so many folklore and fairy tale around the world. But the one that really intrigued me is the Hera's Garden of Hesperides, where in this mythology, Zeus and Hera receiving a wedding gift from Gaia in a form of golden apple. Hera was so mesmerized by it and asked Gaia to plant them in her garden, the Garden of Hesperides, where it is protected by a dragon called Ladon. There are also some striking similarities between the Golden Apple Archipelago with the Garden of Hesperides. Those similarities are: number 1, it contains golden apple either literally or just by the name. Second, both of the Golden Apple Archipelago and the Garden of Hesperides have the shape of an island. Third, both of the location seems to be connected by a god. In this sense, Garden of Hesperides with Hera and Golden Apple Archipelago with Venti. And what is more to it, both of those gods also had a dragon as their familiar. Okay everyone, that's all the theory and the lore that I can give you for today. If you found that maybe I missed something or you want to correct me on something, please do it in the comment section down below so we can discuss it even further there. As always, thank you for watching and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.